Hello everyone. In this video we'll be going over a forensics challenge called Buckspeak or Buckspeak. So in this challenge there is this character called Buckbeat, which is a magical horse from the Harry Potter universe. I mean, that is not of relevance, but it's good to know, okay? So Buckbeat is trying to say something deep and is frustrated as nobody bucking understands him. Can you help him out? And we shall go and view the hint. It says that it's some sort of musical cipher, the description, and more than just wiki. Okay, some sort of musical cipher, and we've been given a WAV file. In order to do further analysis on this file, you can just click on it and it opens up the file explorer and you do it the traditional way, or you can just copy link address and use the command line tool called wget and paste the link, which gets you the file in your system. I've already downloaded it, so you can just go and get the file directly in your terminal. So if you do some basic commands on this file, like what type of file this bucking.wav file is, a wave audio file, pretty generic stuff, and do some strings on it, pretty generic stuff. But the binwalk actually reveals something, some sort of root file system, which I have no idea, but it's maybe something that I need to do later. So binwalk reveals the inner files within a file. It can be either repositories, it can be zip files, or whatever you want. So we see file system root entry is some sort of thing, but I don't think that is the route that we need to take. So first of all, before we do anything, let's open up File Explorer and listen to the audio. Okay, it's loading. Okay, it's some sort of piano sort of thing. Okay, it's some sort of piano, and if we go back to the description, it says it's some dash musical cipher according to the description. So we see that bucking is a pretty, it's highlighted in some sort of italic writing, so it could be some sort of bucking musical cipher. So if we Google it, so we'll be getting this link, which I've already visited. It is indeed called as bucking musical cipher. So in this cipher, you'll be having a lot of musical notes. So, and each alphabetic character corresponds to this particular musical note. So A looks like this in musical notes. And before we dive into further analysis on this forensics challenge, I mean, like basic, it's better to understand some sort of musical notation or something. So musical notes are represented in some sort of notation called as scientific pitch notation, or SPN, and it allows the musicians to precisely communicate with each other over music. So you can't just sing every time to a person in order for them to understand what you're singing. You can communicate with them by sending your musical notes in sort of these notations. So we also have digital musical tools called MIDI, which stands for Musical Instrument Digital Interface, and which the SPN uses for note mapping. So if we go back to this file system, you can see that this particular MIDI is common in web browsers. So you can use this MIDI for listening to audio files within the browser. So, and And this notation has two components. Okay, so this letters, and it's a combination of letters and numbers. So the letters range from A to G, and these represents the note within the musical scale, and the number represents the octave in which the note lies. If you dive into what an octave is, fundamentally is the interval between one musical pitch and another with double its frequency. So for example, A4 has a frequency of 440 words. A5, and one octave higher, has a frequency of 880 hertz, which is double of A4. So that's what an octave is fundamentally. And here are some examples. If we say a notation in the SPN notation called G4, a musical note called G4, it is said to be the note G in the fourth octave. And there's another sort of notation. We have the F sharp, and the sharp notation, or the symbol, it represents raising a note by one seminote, and the flat with the symbol lowers a note by one seminote. So these are some sort of basic concepts that musical notations and all these musical notes follow. And it's pretty cool. Like, you can go to Wikipedia and learn about these scientific pitch notation. It's a whole field in itself, and everything that you do in cybersecurity is like, it goes into a rabbit hole and it never stops. So we have understood that this particular wave file is indeed a bucking cipher. So there's two routes to solve this. The one route is to, you use some software that converts the wave file into musical notes that we can view it. You mean like view it with our eyes or something? So there's this tool called Anthem Score, but it's not free. It's a paid software, but you can try it out for free, and it gives you about 30 seconds of sheet music. So we can input this file, and we can get out the musical note. And let's go ahead and do that, because that's what we are here for. Downloading trial, download for Windows. And note, this is my first time downloading the Anthem software. Let's go ahead and store this in the directory. Okay, it's done. Next. And you get to try a lot of different tools doing these challenges, and it's really a good way to practice your skills across a variety of domains. Click on next, I accept, of course, and ready to install. And it asks for confirmation, and there you have it. Okay, while that loads, it's not necessarily made it so that Anthem Score is the only software that can convert a WAV file into a musical note. There are certainly other softwares. So in this website, piano2notes.clang.io, it allows us to upload a WAV file, and it'll get the musical note out of it. So I've uploaded the bucking WAV file, and it gave us this this particular musical notes and sheet to analyze. So the thing that we need to do is you take up this image which has all the characters and all the characters that we need to manually analyze. That is the first route that I've mentioned. So let's go ahead and copy. Okay, save image as me using the first method that I said. Okay, where is nite forensics buck, and not here, and okay, save. What's happening? Okay, save. And once you open this file up, okay, so it's opening in, let's open it in photos so it's easy to move around. So you have these musical notes that are laid out for you, and you manually compare this particular character list with each and every musical note that you encounter. So for example, this looks something like a U. You see the sort of stick going up one level above the other, and that represents U, and so on and so forth. So this is how you manually analyze it with this particular website. So let's check if Anthem score has been installed. It has been installed, so finish. Okay, waiting for it to open. Hello, what's going on? Okay, so here's Anthem score. Okay, going on to files, let's open and selecting on Buckbeaningen.wav file, the audio name, yeah, the full song, yes sir, and click on OK. The trial is limited to 30 seconds. Okay, let's ignore. Okay, and it's doing the processing on the background. Seems like a proper software to analyze. Of course, like, it's not free, but it does the job pretty much. Yeah. And here we can see the bucking musical note that we need to analyze. So you can go over, so this is just the first 30 seconds of the musical note. So you can go ahead and compare each and every character from which is represented by these straight lines. You can compare with this particular character list, and you can list them down. The other route that I've mentioned is the route less taken. I mean, like, it basically involves scripting the entire process, automating the entire process from the WAV file in to the extraction of the text. So let's look at the script. It's actually pretty cool, and it opens up your eyes towards a world of programming and scripting and cybersecurity. So I don't want to save my work. Okay, no. Okay, so let's open up VS Code. So this is the particular script. So it imports Librosa, which is a Python musical library. If we go on to pypy.org, it gives you the description of the Librosa package. So it's a Python package for musical and audio analysis, and it's very useful. Yeah, I've honestly, before this challenge, I have never personally heard about this. So it does a lot of good things. So of course we have NumPy, and we have PyDub, which is another Python library to parse audio files. At first we define a function to extract notes from a WAV file, and all those Librosa imports are coming in handy, and then we do the mapping. And this is where the previous concepts of musical notation come into place. So Anfang represents the beginning. So if you just Google it, Anfang generally means the start of something. So yeah, from the get-go or something, so, or the start. So Anfang does that, and we define all the words, all the characters of the alphabet in our mapping. And so, like, what this means to say is that if a particular note has the G4, B4, A4 and C5, B4 consecutively, for example, in this particular musical note, we see three characters, or like it can be divided into 5 or something. So each and every character represents one musical notation. So G4 represents this particular character and B4 can represent this one, and so on and so forth. So we define and we map every single alphabetical character, and of course the finale that represents the N, and we extract the notes from the WAV file, and we reference our bucking.wav file, which is in the same directory, of course, and we print the extracted notes, right? And we write another function to find the character from the sequence chunk. So basically like mapping whatever the character that we've extracted from the bucking.wav file, and we map it to these particular characters. So that's what the find character does, and then we decode the sequence and basically print the final message. So in order to run this Python program, you would need to have the libraries installed. So if you go ahead and try to install directly without using virtual environment sort of thing, it'll lead to the system complaining that it'll break something or some sort of thing. So let's just go ahead and try and see what happens if we don't have a virtual environment. So if I do python pip3 install librosa, you can see that it throws up an error, and it shows that it's an externally managed environment, and like it basically does not allow you to do that unless you do you can bypass this by passing the break system packages, which basically crashes everything, which we don't want. So to create a virtual environment in Python, you can just go ahead and do this command. It's pretty simple command. Python 3 flag m v virtual environment, and the name of the environment that we want to take. So I've already done it. It's called as Buck. So in order to activate your virtual environment, you go to source buck bin and activate. So that activates the virtual environment, and now we can go ahead and install librosa, and also not just librosa, we also have the pydub library. So once you've done that, I've already done these, you can run the file. The important thing here is not about running the file, obviously. It's about carefully scripting these individual functions, and in order to automate all these tasks. If you do it manually, it'll take about a lot of time compared to automating it. So scripting is a really useful skill to have, which includes myself, and I'm learning. Yeah. So waiting for it to run. Okay, so it's finished running. So the first print spits out all the extracted characters, and the second function maps these characters to their alphabetical character, and the decoded message we get is, okay, so it says use phrase true Franz read the books to hear something deep. So this particular decoded message we get, and the next step for us is to open up Deep Sound, which is another really good audio tool that allows you to encrypt or encode secret messages within audio files or pictures. So I have this, I've already installed Deep Sound. If you haven't already, you just basically go to Google and type in Deep Sound download. So here's Deep Sound. Let's open carrier files and go to quick access and paste this in. So it asks for the password. So let's use this password over here. Okay, so yeah, the thing here is, if we read the phrase properly, it starts from use phrase, and the first two words is like irrelevant, and we use this particular thing. Okay, let's use that. Okay, oh, it's still wrong. Okay, maybe there's even lesser things that we need to do. True friends read the book to hear something deep. Okay, next we try out like true fans read the book or the books. Let's use this particular passphrase. It's basically trial and error sort of thing. And yeah, let's open up Deep Sound, paste the password in, and now we have two files that are extracted from the wave file. So this is what Deep Sound is fundamentally used for, and we can go ahead and download these. So yeah, so it's been output here. Flag. Okay, what is this? Oh, this is for a different CTF. Okay, cool. Extract secret files. Okay, so it has been extracted. Let's take the SCRéècHi̳g-ɲoǐşēनुहुन्छ file and the disclaimer text file. Let's copy these and put this in our directory. Okay, so let's open up SCRéècHi̳g-ɲoǐşēनुहुन्छ. It appears to be a video file. Okay, oh, it's an actual scene from the Harry Potter movie. Oh, with the Buckbeak. Oh, okay, nice. Malfoy, what have you done, bro? Okay, so that was fun. And we open up disclaimer. So it says that this text file is not concerned with the challenge. We do not own this video. We are just fans who are using it solely for CTF purposes and is not intended for commercial use. The original rights. Okay, good one, Night CTF organizers. Nice. Okay, so we have this particular MKV file. Let's do some basic analysis on this. Okay, Matroska data. What is Matroska? Okay, Matroska, also known as MKV. Okay, is an open non-proprietary container format for storing multimedia files. I remember you looking this up. Yeah, so let's do strings. Oh, we got. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, understandable Buck. What is happening here? Okay, there's some sort of text that is hidden in this video. We see some sort of link. Okay, so strings actually reveals a lot of text in this particular video MKV file. We see Buckbeat and a lot of other things. Okay, modified by Nite CTF. Okay, all permissions lie with previous owners. Nice. Okay, let's do exif tool on Screech. Okay, gives us some sort of track ID, and yeah, nothing much. Okay, let's do bin work next. Okay, it spits out a lot of things. So what do we have here? Some sort of font sort of thing, and nothing of relevance that I see. So once you do some certain simple analysis on this, we actually have analysis tools for video files, or particularly MKV files. So it's called MKV info, if I'm not wrong. Okay, let's install these tools. MKV toolkit, toolnix. Okay, typo again. Okay, 32 MB, damn. Okay, okay, now that it's done, we go to MKV info. Okay, here we should be seeing a couple of files. So we see EBL, EBML head, some sort of things. Okay, Matroska, the version is 2. Okay, we see flag. Okay, nothing relevant. Okay, some attached file is called Buckbeak.otf. Okay, OTF files, if I'm not wrong, are some sort of files that are related to fonts. Let's just quick Google it. Okay, so it's OpenType font file is a cross-platform format for vector fonts, and was developed by Adobe, Microsoft, whatever, which is not at all important. Okay, so this particular link is the link we saw in the strings. It's just a software library for encoding video streams into MPEG formats. Cool. So next we go on to extract this particular font file, which we can do by mkv extract and put it in the screech.mkv. Okay, so that is not the correct command. So it's not important to remember all the syntax to extract for every single tool. So after you do some sort of further research, I noticed that we've already come closer to the 30-minute mark. I mean, this is not that difficult of a problem, but 30 minutes is a lot of time. Okay, so in order to extract, there's a command. Okay, so this is the command mkv extract attachments and do Screech, and we go on to the file that we need to extract, which is Buckbeak.otf. Okay, so we see the file has been stored here. So it's obviously the font type. Let's do some sort of strings over here. What's going on here? Okay, the font software. Okay, so it's modified by nite, of course. Let's, okay, so let's try opening this. Okay. Okay, we see something. Let's install it. I think. Do we need to install it? I guess so. Let's just go ahead and install it. So what's happening? Okay, so before we dive further into the fonts and all the things, let's open this video file with a VLC, and that reveals a further information. So in this particular video or the timeline, we see that it gives us some sort of text, some with a weird font, possibly with the Buckbeak font. So let's copy that to our notepad. So don't break your minds over how to copy this. Just pull up a screenshot of this text and load it into Google Lens. As simple as that, right? Okay, and we paste this in, and it should be giving us the text in that particular font. So let's go on to text, and copy this. Okay, there you have it. Let's copy that and store it over here. And now once we've done this, let's open up the font. Let's just try looking at what the font is and what's going on over there. Okay, I'll try opening it up in Windows. We have Windows, yeah, right. Yeah, let's just first open settings. Yeah, and go on to personalization and fonts. We have fonts, and yeah, wait for it to load basically. And we have installed fonts. Yeah, where do we have our installed fonts? Okay, let's search. Okay, Buck. Okay, yeah, there it is. And this is the final step in the challenge. So it's I know it's sort of a really weird or unique, you can say. Just copy this particular text and let's preview the font, and that gives you the flag. That freaking gives you the flag. I know this challenge is more of a treasure hunt sort of thing, but it really showcases different aspects of the security realm. You get started by scripting or automate it, or you can do it manually, and you can go ahead and do the deep sound analysis or extract the MKV file from deep sound using the extracted text, and then you can extract the OTF file from the MKV file and do all the things that we did to get to the flag. So nite, we both know who is ugly here. What is this supposed to mean? Okay, so we made a really slight error. So if we go back to VLC, and you notice that this sort of N looks really curved or something, and you notice that our particular thing is not. I mean, I've changed it now, so it was like this, so we need to correct that. So once we've done that, we get the real flag, which is nite. We both know who is or in. It's probably in, right? So okay, who is ugly here, Malfoy? Okay, so pretty fun challenge. Hope you learn something because I did. So bye.